Does that look like Australia in the background? Good news, Iceberg has landed in the Australian continent. Bad news, we have not. Should we tell everyone what's happened? Iceberg's been on a lovely cruise around Asia. She's been to Taiwan, she's been to South Korea, she's been to Japan, she's also been to Brisbane, and now she's in Sydney. Currently being detained by Biosecurity. Unfortunately for us, we got an email saying that she's failed her inspection, and we got a letter, and it's quite heavy on the legal jargon to start with, but as you read through it, there's a tiny line at the bottom and it says chassis rail to be flushed. So we're hoping that after all the clean that we've done, all the under clean, all the outside clean, everything, it's just...
All the clean you did.
Yeah. The hours, a week. We spent a week cleaning Iceberg basically, didn't we? We're hoping that it's just... the chassis is the vehicle, isn't it? We're hoping it's just a rail that needs water shot through it, maybe, hopefully.
That's pretty expensive, though, for what they're going to be charging us for just flushing that through, because I tell you what, that clean was one of the best cleans. A professional cleaner coming around and having a look at that would be completely impressed, because I used to be in the car cleaning business. Well, selling cars, but worked with the cleaners. It was to perfection, so it must be just something that couldn't be seen.
And we'll go through this in another video, but it was about $400 to get the underbody, the engine bay, and the exterior professionally cleaned. But we've been told it's going to be about $600 just to flush the chassis.
Is it Australian or New Zealand?
Australian dollars, yeah.
Right, okay.
Okay, so why aren't we in Australia? Well, basically, hotels in Australia are about $200 a night. And we've been...
Minimum.
Yep. We've been given the opportunity to stay here in Christchurch with family. We're very, very thankful for that. So basically every day we're waiting, we're saving money that we're going to be able to use further down the track on diesel and food and things like that. So we've got our bags packed. We've literally been walking over our bags like for at least a week now, waiting for the email to come through every 30 seconds, refresh. We're waiting on the lady to give us the go-ahead that Iceberg has passed her re-inspection. They won't tell us when it's booked for. It just gets done when it gets done. And then we get 3 days to get there really quick.
3 days, 3 nights. We have to fly up north to get on another plane. Or is it at the same plane when you fly up? And they've just, what are they doing? They're just taking us up to Auckland and then...
Well, there used to be 2 flights a day from Christchurch, the early flight and the afternoon flight, but for some reason they're not doing the afternoon flights anymore. So if we want to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning, we can
practicing. Sorry to interrupt, but we've been practicing that.
That's why I'm sick. We've been trying to go to bed earlier and get up earlier so we could get up at 2 o'clock. And then I was just like, ugh.
But let me tell you, Kelly didn't end up getting what I had. So you all saw in the last episode me wearing a mask on the plane.
Yeah.
Really, look, I tell you what, I was so sick. I was worse than what I was when having COVID. I reckon I was worse. Doesn't really matter because it's not a competition. It's just the fact is I was so blooming sick.
And for how many weeks after you got home?
For 4 weeks.
Yeah.
4 weeks I've been sick. And not only did I get this cold and chest sort of thing, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't like I was really phlegmy. It was just more chesty. It was my face. So my ears felt blocked, my eyes. I even got an eye infection as well, and my sinuses, my nose, everything. And I just felt so miserable. And
we haven't been sick at all, other than the bites and the antihistamines in the van, and then you come home.
Insect bites, not Kelly biting me.
You were miserable. And then we were fine for a week there, and we went and got our updated vaccines and had our...
Oh, we had to cancel them twice because of how sick, actually. And then, that's right, having that as well.
Yeah. But we were fine then, and then next minute, I'm worrying myself sick about what's going to be missing on Icy, and where is she, and I'm trying to follow her around, and has she got off on the right port, and then there was a carne issue. We'll do that in another video because that's a whole new issue where the carne was not in the correct country.
I'm going to pause, Kelly, there. The reason that she ended up getting sick, as we were saying to you before, is not because she caught what I had. She got it because she got herself run down. I mean, she's on those emails every 5 blimmin' minutes trying to sort all these things out. That blimmin' carne, the insurance, the marine insurance, the blimmin' this insurance, that insurance. As we said, that will be on another program as such. Yeah. She was doing all of that, and she's also trying to look after me as well. And it was just getting sort of on top of her. But what has been really hard is that when you choose to do, or you're living van life, you live a very, very different way than how we're living at the moment. And what I mean by that is you have your shoes off, so you're doing grounding. You get out of your van and you're pretty much stepping on grass, not wasps or bees or anything, because you're watching where you're going, and you're going and getting in a lake or a stream or a river, and you're walking even on beautiful sand. That's grounding. And those of you who don't know what it is, it's just something that it's like the earth is just putting all its beautiful energy into you. So we haven't had our grounding. What we have had is a lovely big bed again.
Yeah, we have, because we didn't sell our Super King before we left. We left it with family so we could come home. But
it's ginormous, that bed.
We haven't had a car. That's the other thing. So we've kind of been stuck. Not stuck, because we're happy to be
go
here.
And get groceries.
Yeah, you've got to get someone to come and help you if you want to go and get groceries, or if you want to go and see someone's going to come and pick you up. So we're trying not to be annoying, but we're still trying to do things, aren't we?
Yes, and when you're cooking for other family members as well, other people eat different because we don't eat normal. And we know that
we're not normal.
We know that.
We're
so those of you who want to tell us, we already know that we're not your usual everyday type of people. So food is different. So as I've mentioned to you before about our cooking, or when I'm eating, I've got to keep it to sort of 2 oils or 2 fats per meal. Sometimes I go over. And the other thing is I don't have potatoes or rice or pasta or any of those sorts of things. I do have my bread. Those of you who are looking, it's sprouted bread. So anyone who's in Australia watching this, please tell me of any sprouted bread. Do you have it? Stupid question. Of course you have it, but where can you get it?
Sugar. We don't often eat that much sugar, but when you go visiting, there's cakes and biscuits and slices, and you got to take something, and it's easier to take something from, the supermarket, and you start eating a lot of sugar, and we're looking forward to getting back to...
I've been pretty good not having the sugar, apart from yesterday. I had...
The odd Lamington.
They made me quite sick. And seeing family members on 2 sort of weekends, one after another, that made me feel quite sick and realise that I need to sort myself out. It's like being sick coming home, actually, but no grounding, no sea, no lake, no cold this, that, or anything. Having cold showers every day, cold water is colder than you realise when you have that full blasting. It is freezing at the moment.
So you're looking forward to seeing some water?
Seeing some water, getting back to our food
again. Getting some
some
sand on your skin like we did in Hamilton's Gap.
I know, and I've lost all my colour and everything. I wanted to sort of, you've got to be...
sound like we're whinging a lot.
Actually,
yeah, we are whinging.
We are. I am. But apart from that, we have had a lovely time. We've been very, very well looked after. It's good because you've got a giant washing machine.
Well, how lucky are we that we've been given this opportunity that we can stay with family, because like from last week you saw us when we're packing up the van to this week when we're doing the video, it's been quite a number of weeks. Icey's been on a fair journey, so imagine adding that up in the hotel. So we're not complaining. We love it. Thank you very much, everyone that's been looking after us here in Christchurch.
And I'd like to interrupt as well. And what that is excuse me, those of you who are friends or acquaintances as such, apologies that we haven't seen you at all. We haven't seen you because you've just heard about how unwell I was, and then actually Kelly getting unwell as well. So with all of that and not having a car, it's been far too difficult. The other thing too is that I think it's really important for you all to know too that what we've been doing with our time here is, and we're very proud, and I'm very proud of Kelly as well, because she's been doing all the editing to bring you all closer to us, because a lot of you ask, what time are we in? Well, you can go back to probably nearly 6 months ago when we were, in the North Island. We were still on the South Island. No, wrong way around, isn't it? When we were...
Basically, we've been wearing our puffer jackets and our woolly hats in summer, and we've been wearing our togs in the middle of winter. So we're going to hopefully be wearing our togs in the summer soon.
So basically what it is that we're bringing you a lot closer. So the episodes and everything, there's a lot which has been missed out while we were actually in the North Island, and there's been some spectacular places. Like, my gosh, could you get any more spiritual or more connected to nature than what we have being up north? Yes, you can. You can have these giant sand dunes, and I don't mean the sand dunes that you saw the other day in our episodes. I'm meaning like a giant sand dune, which is like some sort of spirit god of some sort, isn't it? But generally, when you're it's giving me goosebumps talking about it. When you're surrounded by that, the sea is as ferocious and as vicious as it possibly can be. And you really have to watch over your shoulders. Yep. So you know which place I'm talking about.
There's a lot of things that we've learnt in our last year. Firstly, we need to be able to control the speed at which we move, the editing, the filming, making that all work, but also not trying to push things too far to get a good shot. So some seas here in New Zealand are really dangerous, and we've learnt, whoa, watch out for that, or watch this. So
you just can't turn your back, and because it will just come over and it will grab you and pull you in.
We've seen a few things on the news about sneaker waves too, so you can totally see how that happens.
And that's was that in New Zealand? Or was that overseas?
One was in Australia and one was in America, I think, a sneaker wave.
It's a funny name, but you can see it sneaks up on you. But they sneak up on you here as well. But they quite often, our sea can meet with these lagoons.
Yeah, they almost like come in backwards up the river, don't they? The sea.
But they come in rolling along so quick that they, they can suck you under, pull you out, or you can just fall in.
So we're looking forward to getting back to nature, you can see.
Oh, we're really looking forward to it. Don't worry about all of that. That is beautiful. Yes, and I know sandflies, midges, mosquitoes, little protein biters. That's New Zealand. I've been studying up a lot of what's actually in Australia. And I want to also say a big, big thank you to all of you who have been giving me, myself, and I say me, not just with Kelly, because they don't really bite her. You've been giving me so much more confidence about when we step off that plane for our season 2, because I have been worrying and I haven't been sleeping properly. And I really thank you so much with all your different potions and different suggestions and everything. And because I was getting a bit scared about stepping outside the van.
I think we should comment below, what do you think is going to bite Louie first?
A mosquito.
It'll probably bite me. Okay, Australia. A croc. A shark.
No, it won't be good.
An irukandji. A box jelly. Those little octopus things that are poisonous.
Have you seen a snake? Have you seen spiders?
Snake, spider, mozzie, sandfly. Comment below. What do you think? I think we should all take a vote.
Or you can
what's
also
going to bite her first.
Food bites. I get food bites as well if I'm eating the wrong food. I start sort of scratching and itching. I know all the different things.
Now, talking about food, I just want to quickly. These roses, these are the iceberg roses that Iceberg's named after. These actual roses. And Mum thought it would be nice that if we, to celebrate us leaving, going on our first overseas adventure with Iceberg, that we should go and get another couple of roses and plant them in the garden. Anyway, we went out to the rose shop, and when I walked in, there was these massive bags of, they said Ghana. And at first I thought, oh, that's funny, what if they imported from Ghana? And then I looked closer, and it was from the Whittaker's factory, the Ghana husks from the dark Ghana chocolate. So the chocolate factory's in Porirua, and the Rose Company has another factory up there, and they buy the byproducts from the chocolate making from the factory, and they put it around their roses to grow the roses. Cool's that? So all these bags that you can see, that's all the chocolate that we've eaten in the last year. There's the husk. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Hopefully next time you see us, we will be in
Season 2, Australia.
Australia.
It's quite exciting, and thank you very much. If you've enjoyed watching us, please subscribe and comment. Love your comments. And Australians, if you are out there watching, comment on what type of chocolate you think would be best, because I know you've got some pretty fabulous cacao there. Generally I like 95% or 100% chocolate. Here in New Zealand, the Lindt, it's just getting too expensive at $10 a cake of chocolate. So is there anything else similar to our New Zealand Whitakers which you feel would be good enough for me to eat for my stomach? Because I'm a regular chocolate eater. Kalisa, she's like a sneaker wave. She has the old little sneaky bit of chocolate.
Sneaker chocolate eater.
Just a little one.
Catch you soon. Bye.
Love you all.
Bye.